Hello makers, and welcome to Share Stitchery. I'm Catherine Harris, and today we're going to talk about invisible zippers. So it's back to basics. So whether you're putting it into a garment like this dress right here, or if you're putting it in something with closed seams on either end, like this throw pillow, I'm going to show you how to install a perfectly seamless invisible zip. So let's get to it. So we're going to start with the invisible zipper. Take it over to your ironing board, flip it over, and then use an iron with a moderate steam setting and just press the teeth flat. This is going to help us out in the next step when we take it to sew. So next you're going to take your garment pieces and you're going to lay the invisible zipper face down, so right sides together, on your fabric. So you want the zipper teeth pointing towards the garment and then the edge of the zipper facing the raw edge of your fabric. So then you're going to pin that down. And if you're putting it into a dress, you want to make sure that it is a little bit below the top seam so you can put your hook and eye on. So let's take it to the machine and let's get this stitched. So we're going to need to change our presser foot. So you're going to want an invisible zipper foot. So it has two little shafts with a bar down the middle. And you're going to put that on. Now the reason why it has two little grooves on it is so that the portion of the zipper teeth on the invisible zipper will actually fit in that one groove, and then your needle goes very, very close to the edge of that because you actually want to stitch in the little groove that we just pressed down. So you notice I am putting the zipper teeth in that first groove here, and then I'm also using my fingers to push down that groove that we had pressed down to make sure that it lays flat. The flatter it lays, the closer you're going to get to the inside of that groove and the better your invisible zipper is going to look. So now that that side is done, I've got a little trick that I use to make sure that the zipper doesn't get tangled, especially when you're using long zippers. I actually zip it up and then I place it right sides together as if it were the seam, and then I pin the top. And sorry, that's off camera a little bit. I didn't realize I was out of frame there. I'm just sliding it down. So I have pinned the top where it was and then I unzipped it. And then now I'm going to match up the top of my zipper teeth because I want to make sure that they start and stop at the same position. So I'm just lowering that slightly, and then I'm going to pin it on this edge of our garment fabric. And so just like on the other side, it is right sides together, the zipper teeth pointing towards the fabric and the edge of the zipper towards the raw edge. So again, lining up in the middle of that groove on the zipper foot. And don't forget to backstitch at the front and the back. And again, I am pushing down to make sure that that needle finds its way into the groove. So I didn't actually move the position of my needle. When you've got the invisible zipper foot on, it does all the work for you and it is fantastic. So let's test it out. So we'll just give it a quick zip. That looks pretty seamless. And we're going to flip it right sides out because I want to show you how you're going to integrate this into the seam. So you can see my stitching in there right in the groove, which is why it gives it its invisible appearance. So after we've zipped it up and turned it inside out, so we've got right sides facing, you're going to pull the edge of the zipper foot out and then you're going to pin from the edge of the zipper to the end of your seam. And so when we go to sew this, you want to ensure that you are stitching about 1 centimeter from where the last stitching line is on your zipper. And you're going to flip over the other side. If this was a dress, you'd flip it over. You might have a lining and you'd put a hook and eye at the top. I am actually making a pillow cover. So I am going to be stitching this side the same as we're stitching the other side. So I'm just matching those ends up. And then I'm going to take it to the machine and get that stitched. So here I am being very careful to place my needle exactly on those two seams that I had done. and then backstitch at the front and the end. And we now have our invisible zipper installed, and that looks pretty darn seamless, and you only see really the head of that. I went ahead and serged the inside there for my pillowcase that I was making. Now, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Until next time, makers, let's get our Sew-Spiration on.